Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 7 Episode 15 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we got to know more about Shoji's backstory, and yeah, it's a pretty sad backstory where everyone in his village discriminated against him because he's a metahuman. And but even after all of that, even after people treated him like that, he didn't lose sight of himself. He saved a girl who was almost drowning, even though he literally got hit because of that, apparently because he touched her, and he's a metahuman. Even though he literally saved her life, but he didn't let that get him down or make him lose his way. He decided to focus on what his powers, the positive things that his power had was able to do, instead of focusing on the stuff that he has went through, which is obviously a very difficult thing to do, because literally if you are being like treated like this throughout the rest of throughout your life, just because like you're a metahuman, focusing on, like, not focusing on that and focusing on the good parts of your power is pretty difficult to do, which is the part that most of the others failed. Where here we can see, because of Spinner, all the other metahumans have started rioting, which obviously Shoji didn't like, and he tried to stop them. Unfortunately, in the end, he was able to stop Spinner for a moment, but it didn't work, at its entirety. And now Spinner has gone to the hospital, and I don't know what is going to happen now. So let's see what happens. And yeah, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Right. Listen to the. Oh no. Oh boy, here we go. What the? Wait. Oh damn. Yeah. Uh, if they still don't stop, I will really like lose all hope for these people. Like really, like there's like a limit to everything. Like, even after all of this, if these people decide to go and push further, like, that's trash. That'll be trash. I really hope they stop now. If they don't, then I genuinely think, like, I genuinely think these people, like, like need like a wake up call at this point. Like, I can understand you've been discriminated and everything, but this is a solution you have? Literally hurting and doing the same thing to others that you got subjected to. Like, even if they don't stop even after this, genuinely I think they will need a wake up call, like a proper one. Nah man, this is like, I feel like this is going overboard now. all these people, like the way they're just listening to freaking, because at the end of the day they're all puppets on the hands of Alpha One. Alpha One doesn't care about your feelings or that you got discriminated against. He don't give a crap. He's just using you for your, like, like, goddamn. Like, I'm pretty sure Spinner cannot be stopped, but these people at least stop and think about it. Spinner has gone completely crazy, so he cannot be stopped now. Yeah, like he's not even he doesn't even understand what's happening now. He's like in a dreamlike state. There's no people, I think. Yep, everyone has stopped. Thank God. Oh, wait, just. Oh, there we go. President Mike. Oh, yo. Oh, nice. Did you get destroyed? Butterfly effect. Oh, interesting title. So something will happen, like a small little thing will be a result of something big in this episode. That's literally what butterfly effect is. Oh God, there's too many of them. What the hell? Who the hell is this? Oh, damn. Right, they're coming back now. Yeah. Oh my! Stop this piece of crap! Oh Lord, come on! Can someone please take him away from here? Frivolous. Silence was evil. God damn. Like, I don't know what to feel about this situation. I'm extremely pissed about all these guys, all of them, what they were doing. But I can understand their frustrations. But that's not. Uh, please take this guy away from here. Why are you keeping this guy here? Take him and, I don't know, transport him somewhere else. Oh Lord, here we go. Curtis. Yeah. Yeah, but not like this. Like, you're literally harming people who have nothing to do with this. stopped. Yeah, that is true. Shoji was very much important here because he went through this situation, so he knows what the others are feeling and how. Okay. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Oh, what's he doing? I was going to say, so is he going to try to kill him? Because at this point, he's like, oh my god. What? Oh no, this is Shigaraki's. No. Lol. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, the hand because. Oh, great. Fantastic. I knew they were going to do something like this. Like, I feel like this is like, I feel like this is just getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. Like, every single time that we think that, okay, finally we're progressing, some crap like this happens. Ah, great. Well, here we go. I just can't be like, I really like at this point I'm just like, yeah, like what the hell is happening here? Temperature spikes. Damn, that changed the whole damn weather of the world. Wow. The butterfly effect. Yep. Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, but right. That is fantastic. Damn. Oh Lord, here we go. He knows now. Oh, the Kurogiri is gonna come, isn't he? He's probably gonna transport him. Oh. Hmm. Bruh. Also, Mr. Daddy issues. Yep, there you go. Like I said, Kurogi is gonna transport him. Oh no. Okay, great. This is how Shigaraki is going to again run away. I cannot believe this is happening. Oh no. There we go. It's over. Kurogi with no access. Oh. Great. There you go. Dabi's here. Oh no. What? Who else? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Wow. Yeah. So Himiko made the. Yep. I was wondering like what she did with the blood. So there you go. Several minutes earlier. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah, it's been a while we've seen this place. Oh. Hmm. I see. That's what they're doing. Right. Hmm. Things are looking good here, at least compared to the other places. 30 or 40 minutes. I see. Yeah, it's no point. God damn. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Nope. That is twice as blood. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh my god. Wait, what the hell? Wait. Wait, what's happened there? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Kuroguri, obviously. Scatter me everywhere. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so there you go. Now the present. Ugh. Damn, that. Oh god. Yo. Infinite doubles. I genuinely like I said, I just cannot, like, really, like, this is just, at this point I feel like, what is the point in even fighting at this point if every single time they pull something like this? Can there not be, like, at least some kind of a conclusion to the battle? We've been having this whole, like, it's continuing. I'm pretty sure Shigaraki is somehow going to like, is going to somehow escape now. Like, Kurogiri is there, in that place, in the coffin. What do you call that? The sky coffin, or whatever you call it. So yeah, I'm definitely sure Shigaraki, now that Shigaraki has been knocked down by Deku, somehow Kurogiri is going to, like, take him and escape, or something like that, along those lines will happen. Like, how many times will this repeat now? From which season has this been repeating? Every single time we're getting Shigaraki or All for One, something like this happens, and it's just all over again. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the other villains. Maybe the battle will continue, but I get the feeling that they're going to do the same thing with Shigaraki again. They're going to make him escape, and they're going to continue doing this until and unless the anime ends. I think the manga has already ended. I don't really know how it ended though, but okay, that's it. How it ended, but I don't even know where we are currently in the manga, like this anime, like episode, which section we are in and how much is left. But whatever is left, I feel like they're going to continue doing this up until the final, probably like the final few episodes. Like it's just, I don't know what to feel about this. It's just the same, like like formula over and over again. Like I'm genuinely curious how they're going to do this now, because from the looks of it, I think at least they're going to do the same thing. Somehow they're going to make Shigaraki escape, because I don't think Shigaraki is in any way um like ready to keep fighting anymore. Or no, I think this might happen. You know what might happen? They might actually transport Shigaraki out of that coffin, like that flying coffin or whatever you call it, where Shigaraki has been imprisoned and Deku and they're fighting. That section in itself is very disadvantageous to Shigaraki, because it literally, the whole place is made based on Shigaraki's weaknesses, because like whenever he tries to decay something, it gets automatically replaced, so he cannot properly use his decay. Also, Monoma is constantly like keeping his powers in check, so he cannot even use his decay properly, or he cannot even use any of his quirks properly. So that's also another huge disadvantage. So as we saw in the previous episode, Shigaraki said that oh, I wasn't even able to use any of my quirks properly by newly like acquired powers. So that, what, Kurogiri might do that. Kurogiri might actually transport him, not completely evacuate him, but transport him outside that place somewhere where he can use his powers to the fullest extent. Yeah, that is, I think that's a possibility. But then again, like, if I don't know, I feel like the whole thing is going to repeat again. It's just like like some way or the other, whenever we see the villains losing, they just pull something out like this. And today, like, why this happened? Because of freaking Kurogiri. Like, it's just like he just woke up then when a spinner used the hand, and he just woke up from his slumber, and that's it. It's done. Like the main reason why we were so advantageous in this situation is because we were able to split up the villains in a good way. As soon as Kurogiri got like awakened, that's it. And like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I feel like they should have, like, if Kurogiri's like if the hospital was that important, they should have left at least a few high level like heroes over there as guards. Like obviously Shoji and everyone who went there, and Present Mike as well. They were definitely very important, in that place. But at the same time, there wasn't anyone strong enough to stop if something went went in a different direction. For example, Spinner somehow was able to break and get in. That was the biggest problem. The biggest problem was that Spinner getting in. If we somehow were able to stop him before he got in and did that, everything would have been fine by now. Now I understand, obviously there's a lack of heroes. I remember like them kind of addressing how a lot of heroes just left because of the situation, and how people were blaming the heroes about everything. They were literally attacking them. At the end of the day, if you think about it, again, it's all the fault literally is the people, the citizens. Like, I'm pretty sure if the citizens weren't that like overly aggressive in those previous episodes, a lot of the heroes probably wouldn't have left, and we would have had a lot more heroes left to like to protect the place. Like, one of the major reasons why we lost here in the Jaku hospital thing is because of lack of personnel. They, like, most of the big heroes, most of the stronger heroes, the top heroes, they're already involved with the battle against the other villains. So I'm pretty sure they didn't have anyone proper to send in Jaku, like hospital. Only Present Mike was the only pro hero who could come here, I guess. And who else? And obviously Shoji and like they were also here, but there are only three of them. So what can these three do amongst all of these others? Like it's kind of impossible. So again, I'm pretty sure the reason why they didn't have enough security here, even though Kurogiri was such an important piece in this whole plan, the main reason they didn't have any people here is because of lack of personnel. And why did lack of personnel happen? Obviously, because of like the increased threat of villains. That's definitely a reason. A lot of people, a lot of the heroes probably got afraid. But a big reason also lays in the fact that the citizens decided to be a complete ass and tried to attack the heroes. If you remember, because because they are not protecting them or something like that, and that whole thing, if you remember. And a lot of the heroes got afraid of the because just imagine, the people you're trying to protect, if they attack you, that is ridiculous. Who the hell would do that job? Imagine you try to help someone and the person that you're trying to help literally stabs you. Like what? Like nobody would do that job. And yeah, that is the main reason why a lot of the heroes just left. They were like, no, I cannot. Obviously, I'm trying to protect them. I'm trying my best to do something, and these people are being complete immature brats and trying to and yeah, at the end of the day, again, it's the fault of the citizens. Like, these guys are absolute units. Like, really, I've never seen any anime where the normal citizens are the biggest threat to this to this anime, I think. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it rolls down to, because they didn't have enough people to protect the hospital because of lack of personnel. I'm pretty sure that's it, because and I think they, even if it meant that a lot of the other places probably would have less people to less heroes to fight, I feel like they should have kept at least one or two other pro heroes except Present Mike. There's literally no one here protecting the hospital. No one. Even though Kurogiri was such an important person in this whole equation. Now obviously you could say that, oh, like what Present Mike tried to do in the end. He was like, if he's not because they were keeping him alive because they had they had a glimpse of hope that, oh, maybe he's going to come back to his senses. But then in the end, Aizawa also told him that if you see the situation going in a bad direction, and if it is needed, you have to kill him. And Present Mike tried to do that, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late, and Spinner did that whole thing. So yeah, if they killed Kurogiri, then that's it. But I'm pretty sure All For One also realized that these heroes, they obviously, especially Aizawa and Present Mike, they are obviously extremely attached to Shirakumo, I think that was his name, yeah. And they are not going to kill him that quickly. So All For One had complete faith on the fact that they're going to keep Kurogiri somewhere protected, but they won't kill him, at least now. So that's why he decided to make use of Kurogiri's powers. Kurogiri's powers was the whole turning point in this war. That's literally what All For One also said that. And yeah, that is true. That is exactly what ended up happening. His power ended up being the turning point of everything. Because the one thing that helped us to turn the tides of battle is that because we were able to separate them. And now that that is gone, it's all is just done. It's over. They can literally transport people from one place to another and just do whatever they want to now. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's all the citizens' fault, because it all goes down to that. Like, the lack of personnel. One of the biggest reasons why heroes left their job is because they decided to be whine about the fact that, oh, they're the whole world is in danger, and these people decided to be selfish and thought that, oh, you saw those episodes. I remember those episodes. That episode where those guys were literally ganging up on a hero because apparently that hero came a bit late or something, but that hero was saving someone else. So yeah. So great job. And from the very beginning, there was not enough heroes, not enough personnel to carry out the hero duties, and these people decided to be a complete ass and drive away even the few that were still left. That's what they did. That's literally what they did. And now we don't have enough people. We don't have enough people to properly, like, like protect the different places. Right. I don't know what to feel about the way this is progressing now, like, really. Like, is this just going to end up being the same thing? Like I said, I don't know about the villains though, the other villains, what's going to happen with them. But if again Shigaraki somehow somehow escapes this, and even after we were able to like push him this far, like we actually were able to deal like a very good amount of damage and actually almost knock him out. But if they're going to do the same thing again and somehow make Shigaraki escape this, I just don't know what to feel about that at this point now. Like, come on, like, really? Again? Like, how many times is this going to repeat now? But you know what? Let's wait. Like I said, there is a possibility that it might go in a different direction. But I don't have high hopes for that because I'm pretty sure they're going to continue doing this unless until the very end where the anime is actually at the ending point. Like, yeah. Like, I think, like, after watching My Hero Academia, I very much understand why it's required for shows to switch up their villains. It's just so, I don't know what to say. Like, it's like the same villain every single episode, every single season. It's just, I don't know. Like, I like Shigaraki as obviously, like, as a character and everything, but it's just, I think, like, it's just getting too much repetitive at this point. Like, and I can understand why animes like change villains, like, every single arc, and most of the time. And like, I also understand why, like, the main villain doesn't really show their face up until the very end, because, like, if you think about it, My Hero Academia tried to do it in a different way. They decided to, like, show the main villain, that is obviously Shigaraki, and All For One also got introduced quite quick. Like, these two, the main villains, they were there from the very first season. And like, and I can understand why they, like, a lot of the animes, most of the shonen animes never go in that direction, because if you think about it, just think about, like, most of the shonen animes, what do they do? Like Naruto, Bleach, Black Clover, what else? um like all these, like, like shonen shows and everything. I cannot really say much about One Piece because I haven't watched One Piece, but the ones that I have watched, obviously, how do they do it? They introduced like a villain, like a main villain in like one arc. They end that villain there, and the story moves on to another villain. And then at almost at the end, if you think about it, they then introduce like the big bad guy, you know and then, like, the story goes towards the conclusion. That's literally what happened. Bleach is still continuing. Bleach has always done it like that. Naruto has done it like that. Every single other shonen that I've watched have done it like that. And I can understand, like, it makes the, I don't know, like the loop quite fresh. Like, because at the end of the day, animes are also kind of go through a loop. Like, oh, like a certain situation, bad guys fight the bad guys, get stronger, character development, then again move on to another bad guy, and it repeats, the loop continues. So in every single loop there is like a different main villain, and you get engaged with that, and then after the villain is defeated, something happens. Like, sometimes they actually join us, sometimes they die, sometimes something else happens, they get captured, and then we move on from that. Yeah, the villains might come back in like a future arc one or two times maybe, and then, but that's not like, like, it's not like repetitive. And then another villain comes in. Like, it's very, like, it's interesting. It kind of, it keeps the flow going. While in My Hero Academia, I feel like the fact that they are just doing the same thing, like, yeah, the villains are changing definitely, because in season 1 and everything, we had the whole like, like the whole, the first section was like Shigaraki and the Nomus, we had to fight them. And then we had like Muscular came in, then we had what's his name, Overhaul. Yeah, Overhaul came in. Like, yeah, each season did have its like villain, like, coming, like main villains coming and switching out. But then, like, Shigaraki has been always there, and we have always just been, like, going through the same thing. And now there's not even any new villains. Like, we're just continuing with the older villains, but it's just keeping on repeating. Like I like watching these characters show, like backstories and everything. I like watching those, but at the same time, I feel like like yeah, like the fact that they kept the same villain from the very beginning, it's good up until a certain point, but now I think it's just getting like and and the fact that they just whenever something is happening like this, they somehow are evacuating the main villains, and then they go underground for a moment and then come back again. Like especially with situations regarding Shigaraki and All for One, that is also like I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that, at least. And yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're going to continue this up until the very end, because I think we're probably more than halfway through the whole story. So at this point, I don't think they're going to change it. They're going to keep doing this up until the very end. But yeah, but I just want to see them lose at least once, like proper lose, the villains. We still haven't seen that, if you think about it. You know, like I think like balance is required. Like sometimes we win, sometimes they win, that kind of thing. But it's just like the same thing. Like at the end of the day, if they somehow escape, that's our loss actually. You know, all they need to do is escape. That's it. They can then go underground and just stay underground for a while and then recuperate and then come back again and hit us. So yeah, we're just the whole losing streak for the heroes is I don't know, I don't like it, at least. Like yeah, it's just anyways. So yeah, Kurogiri is out now. I don't know what to feel about that. And not only that, not only Kurogiri, but because Kurogiri is out, every single other characters, all the other villains, they are also, they can now literally fast travel. That's literally what's happening. They unlock fast travel now. They just can just go from one place to another, and that's why they are changing. They're relocating the villains from one place to another. Dabi has just immediately went to his dad. That's number one. Himiko like immediately went to Endeavor and that whole thing to take revenge on Hawks. That whole thing happened. What else happened? Um. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, Shigaraki. That whole situation with Shigaraki. Kurogiri is also there, so I think he might try to pull something over there as well. Um. And there you go. That's basically what's happening. They're like relocating personnel from one place to another, and things are going to go even messier. Boy, I'm just very curious as to how they're going to do the whole Shigaraki situation, because yeah, like I feel like they're going to do the same thing again. Either that, or like I said, they're probably going to relocate him somewhere outside, where it's literally outside that flying coffin, so that his powers aren't risked. He can use his quirks properly or something like that. They might actually do that. So yeah, Deku will have to fight him again, I think, if that happens. Okay, and yeah, and that was today's episode. Yeah, let's see. Let's wait and see how this goes. And what else? What did and something else happen today? Oh, the people. They by the end of it, they changed their mind. In the end, they decided to stop. But it's a bit too late, You guys did the damage. It's over now. Like you guys helped Spinner get in and break into the whole thing. So the damage is done. It's over. Like yeah, like it's all well and good that you guys understood the what you were doing were wrong, obviously, but the damage has been done. Like yeah, it's over. And there you go. That was today's episode. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to do that scene where Spinner is going in, and you can see Spinner had like a recorder, I think, yeah, recorder where Shigaraki or All for One, their voice were like kind of there. So he's like, go and play this in front of Kurogiri, and that will trigger Kurogiri to wake up, and help us out. But also he also said, and also be sure to use this. If he doesn't listen to the voice, he won't get up. So that was a very important, you know, very important what do you call it? Very important thing for the for Kurogiri to actually wake up. So yeah, that's why Spinner is going in. All the people who are fighting were also starts going in, and then they see all the doctors, you know, the nurses, everyone. Like not only humans but meta humans were there as well. You know, just waiting and holding their hands and stopping them from going in. Right. Like the actual patients who were probably there, that they're trying to protect them. And the people, they all stopped and they're like looking at them, and then they remembered what Shoji said. They remember that Shoji said that, what are you guys doing? Do you have a plan? Like, what do you plan on doing from here onwards? And then the baseball bat drops from their hand. And at this point I was like, if they still do not stop, then I think they these people, they need no mercy. They'll need to be like forcefully stopped. Like this should be a limit to everything. Like I was getting extremely frustrated with the situation. Like just just stop. Like really. Like you guys are just bringing this whole situation down on your own head. Like these guys, if they actually didn't stop, I would have been extremely pissed. But thank God they stopped, at least, I don't know, after watching. But then again, like I said, the damage has been done. It's over. The damage has been done. Even if they understood by the end of it that, oh, yeah, what we did were wrong. Obviously what happened to us is definitely not good, but what we did was also not good. Even though they understood it, what is the point in understanding it? You guys did the damage. Like Kurogiri is out now. Like just think about it. If all of these people here, they didn't go along with Spinner, then there would have been a lot more heroes to focus their power, or they focus their their attention on Spinner, and Spinner might have been able to stop Spinner in that scenario if none of the other people helped Spinner out. Because there were so many of them, all the heroes were busy trying to stop the raging mob instead of focusing their main focus on Spinner. So that's why Spinner was able to get in like that quickly and that easily. So yeah, you guys are one of the reasons why this happened. Like there's no freaking point in understanding that, oh, we did something wrong after the whole damage has been done. Like you guys have done it. It's over now. Like good job, I guess. Now you understand that, oh, what we did wasn't okay. But yeah, what's the point? Right. And anyways, like that's that. And after that, Spinner goes in, and Spinner was like, oh, like look, look at me. Everyone is like following me. And then he looks back. There's like literally no one there, and he's like, what the hell? Then after that, Present Mike comes in and uses his power quirk on Spinner's those things. I don't know what those are. Those red crystals all over him. Those break and he falls down. And you can see he has Shigaraki's hand with him, one of Shigaraki's hands with him. And not only that, the recording thing, it also got short circuited, I think. And yeah, so that was that. And while everyone outside, you can see they were trying to attack Shoji, but one of them comes out and he's like stops the other guy from attacking Shoji, and he's like, let's just stop. And and this freaking guy who has been instigating the whole crowd, that one guy, I don't know who he was, but who has been just screaming up until now, talking about equality and stuff, and why people have been that guy, he's still trying to do that. He's still trying to instigate the crowd and make them, but this time thankfully the crowd didn't really listen to him that much. And this guy was like, let's just stop it, at this point I feel like it's going too far. There was still a few people who were like, no, we should continue doing this, but this one guy was like, no, like like we are using our power in a wrong way. And he says like like he asks Shoji that, you think I'm frivolous? And Shoji's like, the fact that you are trying to protest against the wrongs that have happened to you in itself is something worthy of respect, but not like this. Like, yeah. And Shoji also says that we have to keep in mind that we have to make these, yeah, there's definitely people who are bad, who, those people who have done all of these things to us, who have discriminated against us, all of them are definitely in the wrong, and they definitely need to get properly, like, justice needs to be served. But we need to do it in a way where we can, where's that part? He says a very good line here. Where is that section? I cannot find it. Okay, no, wait, just a minute, let me go back a little bit. There we go. He says that, like, the fact that you're, like, trying to do something, that makes you shine bright in my eyes, that light will spread, and with that light, let's change those who hurt others until they are ashamed of their own punches. Now that is true, because at the end of the day, what these people were doing here, they were doing literally the eye for an eye kind of thing. Oh, they attacked us, they did this to us, so let's do the same. But as they say, an eye for an eye will make the world go blind. And that would have happened, and that was happening here. Exactly, that was what's going on here. That's why Shoji says that, yeah, that fighting spirit, or that just thing that you have, the frustration that you have for what everyone has done to us, that is genuine, and that is definitely something that shines bright in my eyes, at least. However, we should use that against those people who are doing this, so that they are, by the end of it, they're ashamed of their own punches. Now, it seems all like, this whole statement seems very obviously idealistic and everything. And yeah, I kind of agree that it is very very difficult to do that. Like, just imagine someone harm, like, like attacking you, and like, like unfairly discriminating against you, and you, like, what Shoji did is that not focus on that, but focus on the good parts, and use that, and like, like use that as a motivation to continue doing good. That is very difficult to do, obviously. It's not a very easy thing, it's kind of, theoretically it seems very simple, but practically doing it is very difficult. But unless and until they do that, this is what's going to happen. The whole place will go in chaos, and they'll harm people who aren't even in this whole situation, or aren't even discriminating against others. So yeah, so there's no proper solution to this, except just, keep trying to, as Shoji says, change the others through your light, up until they themselves are ashamed of their punches. Yeah, so in the end they stop, and one of the heroes, they come and apologize, and he's like, we are sorry that we let this go this far. The whole discrimination and everything. Yeah, and yeah, Apollo, and he's like, we will try to do our best from here onwards. And there you go. Not only that, yeah, so no, that's that whole thing is over. Now the whole thing with Spinner. So Spinner is down, and Spinner now remembers, is like, remember his past. He remembers that all he wanted to do was obviously follow Shigaraki, and now he is in this situation where Kurogane is literally in front of him, and he cannot do anything because the recorder has broken. So he gets up, he grabs the hand, Shigaraki's hand, and he's going to do something. And while that was happening, even Present Mike was thinking that, oh, like, all Aizawa told him that if Shirakuma doesn't wake up, if it seems like all is over, we have to deal with him, we have to kill him. Otherwise, if the enemy gets their hands on him, it's done. So Present Mike realizes that's the situation, And and I'm pretty sure President Mike was probably also had lowered his guard, because he also thought that the mic had the recorder has broken, so he probably thought as well that, oh, he won't be able to do anything to Kurogiri. So he was going to kill him, but just a few moments before that he took that decision and he was able to execute it, that Spinner did the crazy thing here. He took the hand and he put it on Kurogiri's face. And then he says, go and save Shigaraki and the others. And this is where President Mike realizes, oh no, I'm too late. He tries to attack him and kill him, but he's too late. Kurogiri has already woken up. And there you go. And that's that. And then after that, we see like a scene where one of these weather forecast girls, she was like, talks about like how the weather has changed and everything, and how like because of the fluctuation of temperature, like huge like clouds and everything has formed, and like a cyclone is coming or whatever. And then she suddenly says, okay, can a butterfly flap its wings in Brazil cause a hurricane in Texas? It's talking about the butterfly effect. Will a supernatural society which born with a glowing baby be overwhelmed by chaos? And she says, the world can change with the power of one person. I firmly oppose the government. No, the world's decision to curry favor with all for one. Yeah, so she's like, no, all for one. And okay, you know what? I misunderstood this part. I thought she was saying like I read no all for one, but I read the subtitles, and what I thought was she was saying that we should ask for help from all for one. Wait, so she's saying we should not curry favors with all for one. Oh, I see. So because like those guys from the oh my god, god damn it, the higher ups, if you remember, they were saying something like, oh, let's go and try to curry favors from all for one, and something like that was like that conversation was ongoing, and obviously that was a secret, but this lady apparently on television literally said that, oh, this is what our higher ups are trying to do. So and not only that, this was also being kept a secret from the public as well. So in front, I'm pretty sure there was live. It was live telecast that was happening there. It was a weather report. So she used that opportunity to say this and say that no, all for one. I am against currying favor from all for one. And now not only that, the whole world knows about this now, that, oh, apparently the higher ups in America were trying to do this. The American citizens also know now that this is what the higher ups were trying to do. And obviously majority of the public will probably not be happy with this, or I don't know how this is going to go, but for now at least this is like public information now. They were keeping this a secret, so this became public information now, like the whole world knows now. I do wonder what's going to happen from here onwards, how the whole thing is going to change now. Like, will the people start protesting and be like, oh no, we don't want help from all for one or something like that? Will they pressurize the government for helping out Japan in the battle? Because we can see that like the people like the higher ups in America, they are like, we saw like they were like, oh, we shouldn't send people there, we shouldn't send our heroes to fight the battle. Instead, let us go and try to curry favor with all for one. They were saying stuff like that. So now because of the pressures, will they be forced to send their heroes to help Japan? And seeing that, will the rest of the world also start moving, trying to help Japan? I do wonder what's going to happen. It won't surprise me if something like that happens. But you know what? Let's wait and see. So I misunderstood that part. That's why I was like, what the hell? Like while reacting, I kind of misunderstood that, and I thought like the opposite was happening. But yeah, now that I'm reading this properly, that's what she says. Like she like words it in such a misunderstanding way, like in such a misleading way. She says like the world can change with the power of one person. As soon as I read this while reacting, I was thinking she was talking about going and asking for help from all for one. you know. But she actually says that I firmly oppose the government. No, the world's decision to curry favor with what all for one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. I did included that. That definitely means that this scene will be important in the future. So let's see how that escalates. Okay, so that's that. And now after that, you can see literally Kurogiri is just woken up. So he's just going everywhere and transporting everyone. First is the whole situation with Dabi. Dabi's like, nah, I don't want to play with you anymore, Shoto. Let me go to my dad. And he just at first he was planning on actually going there normally, but as they said that if he went there normally, he probably won't be able to survive up until that time. He'll die, so he doesn't have much time. So it's pretty much confirmed that he's going to die. By the end of it, Dabi will probably not survive, but he's trying to use his remaining amount of power to go and deal with his dad. So and when he was like, oh, I'm going to go, immediately Kurogiri comes in and he's like, don't worry, bro, I'll give you a lift. And he just takes him. Oh boy, immediately. And then not only that, the whole thing with Monoma, you can see, like, yeah, present Mike, Kurogiri is here. Also, present Mike is also here. So as the fact that Kurogiri is here makes me think that they're going to do something's going to happen, with the Shigaraki situation. Either they're going to transport Shigaraki outside where he can fight properly, or they're just going to take him and just run. Either of it. So let's wait and see. Not only that, yeah, Kurogiri also brings in, obviously, Dabi in front of Endeavor, and then Twice, or not Twice technically, but Himiko, but in Twice's form, in front of them. Twice is going to fight with Hawk because obviously Himiko wants her revenge, and Dabi wants his fight with his dad. So that's what's happening. And then we go back a little bit in time to see what happened that suddenly Himiko's here. So basically we see what was going on in that place. Ochako and Froppy were fighting, Suyu were fighting against Himiko here, while we have Gang Orca fighting the other villains, the Nomus they're fighting, and they were doing a pretty good job here, you can see. And Himiko was kind of thinking, when should I use the thing, and the blood, and she was kind of calculating. She was like, if I use it now, then I won't be able to use it, because she's thinking, obviously, if she uses it now, obviously they'll probably win this battle here, because a lot of Twices he will be able to make, and they can probably dominate this place. But then, as Himiko says, then how do we get out of here? This is a little island, what do we do then? So she was thinking that by that time the power will probably diminish, and I won't be able to go to Hawks and take my revenge. Like, her main goal was probably to use this against Hawks, but he was planning on using it here. But using it here would mean a big risk, because they probably won't be able to go back after defeating him. So she was kind of thinking about all of these things, what to do in this situation. And and the narrator kind of explains that up until now Himiko Toga never really acted with broader tactics in mind. Yeah, because she just did what she felt was okay and what she felt was right. But now the animosity and resignation that started to sprout within her after the whole situation with Twice turned Toga into a complete villain. Yeah, so there you go. And I feel like the final nail in the coffin was probably that part where Deku rejected her, because that was the final thing she said, that, oh, this is the final thing and I have to do. This will probably make me change my decision and fix on something. Not only that, if you remember, before confronting Deku, there was a section where she confronted Ochako as well. And that is when, if you remember that part where Ochako was completely rejected her, and she was she just left, if you remember. And then Ochako realized and thought about it, and Ochako was like, oh, I'm thinking about it now. I shouldn't have said that. I said that from my perspective, from what I think is correct and incorrect. However, her situation must have been very different from what I have experienced. So I shouldn't have been that quick to shut her down. I should have at least listened to her. I don't know, something like that she said, and that's why here she wants to talk to her. But as we see, Himiko has said it's too late. No, I'm not going to listen to anyone now. Like everything is over. After like and that she came to a decision after like that whole section where she brought Midoriya in and confessed to him, but Midoriya was like, no, like try to like if you really like someone, don't try to harm them. Try to like help me. And that whole scene, if you remember, and that is when she was like, oh, so you're the same. Nobody understands me. But here, at least, like as you can see, Ochako has decided to at least hear her out now. So Ochako was trying her best to tell her that, oh, like I made my decision a bit quicker back then. I'll talk to you. Talk to me. I want to like listen to what you have to say. But it's too late, as she says. As she says, like, nah, it's too late now. Like like it's over. I've decided, and that is why she has actually become a villain now. Up until now, she wasn't there still, but now she's a villain, especially with the whole situation with Twice as well that happened. And the first thing that she wants to do now is take revenge on Hawks. Now, I don't understand one thing here. What the hell happened here? First and foremost, she takes out the blood, which was a fake blood, and Froppy breaks it. So, and then she says like, oh, that's not the true blood, that was a fake one. This is actually a chemical used to attract Nomu that All For One gave me. So the Nomus focus on her, attacks Froppy, and this scene, I'm so confused. What is happening here? So there's two Froppies now. Is one of them Himiko in Froppy's form? Yeah, so wait, so she protected Froppy here. Ah, I see. Okay, this part made me so confused because I didn't understand what was going on. Okay, I understand what's happened now. So, she first transformed into Froppy to save Froppy from the Nomu attacking her. Because technically, as she said, that this is like a fake one. This is a bait for the Nomus. And as soon as she realized that the Nomus are going to probably harm Froppy, she used one of her body doubles, transformed as Froppy, to save Froppy. And then, I think that's what happened. And then she transformed into, she drunk the rest of the blood that has Twice's, blood in it, and then changed to Twice. Yeah, so this is what happened. She changed to Froppy first to save Froppy or something like that, and then she changed to Jin, Twice, and then left, basically. So you can still see she still cares about like Froppy and Ochako as well, probably. Because if that was Ochako in Froppy's place, she probably would have saved her as well. So that's that, and then she just leaves. And her goal is obviously Hawks now. Ochako was like, I still haven't talked to you about love, and she's like, I hope we could have, but it's a bit too late. Yeah. And then in front of Hawks, you can see she literally made like thousands and thousands of Twice, and they're going to get their revenge. And obviously Dabi is also there, who's going to fight with Endeavor. So, yeah. And that was today's episode. Now, like I said, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with the other villains, but I can guess like what's going to happen with Shiraki. They're either going to make him escape, which has been happening for the past couple of seasons. Every single season the same thing happens, or they will transport him somewhere where he can use all of his quirks, and the battle will resume again with Deku. Like he'll probably use all of his powers to fight Deku now, and this will be an even more difficult battle for Deku, and something like that. So either of these. So let's wait and see. And that was today's episode. So yeah, just like one thing made the whole situation turn around completely. That is Scooby. Yeah, and we're, for now at least, we are all in a pickle. Right. And that is it, guys. That was today's episode number episode number 15, yeah, of My Hero Academia season 7. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.